subscribe.
I've never found a love like this. There it is. I've never found a love like this.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to E20 Zone TV. And also, thank you very much, WestHamOnline, for your voiceover technique, mate. That's absolutely horrendous. I'm not gonna lie, but this is gonna be a fun show tonight because we've done well yesterday. To my right, you know who he is, Mitchell. Down below there, Lucas, and to my far over there is WestHamOnline, and we're going to get into it. Right, Mitch, you went there. You went there yesterday. What did you think of Newcastle as a whole? Talk to me.
I've been there before. To be fair, in terms of atmosphere, we were the worst this time, I think.
Really?
I thought
Yeah.
the atmosphere was really poor, yeah. Our fans were quite quiet. But so were theirs. The Newcastle fans were really shit. I was expecting a better atmosphere from them, but they were quite flat.
Thank you, Jason.
It was alright.
Good,
It was a standard away day, to be honest. No fights. It was just alright.
Yeah. What did you make of the game, Mitch, before we sort of go into it?
I thought, briefly, I would say we played good. And we're on the up, I'd say, slightly, very slowly, but I think it was a good performance.
Yeah. Before I get started, WestHamOnline, same questions to you. What did you think of it yesterday? And what did you make of West Ham as a whole?
Thought we were superb in the first half after the first couple minutes, which was just a calamity. But I thought we were superb in the first half. Second half, I still think now we were a little bit negative. We could have gone for it a bit more, but I see what we were trying to do. But I would like to see the intensity maintained for a little bit longer. I felt like we sort of accepted the draw. And Aguerd's post-match comments sort of confirmed that as well. But overall, I think it was a good away point. Yeah,
I agree. Me and Lucas done the afterthought yesterday. I was over the moon with the point. I called it on the preview. I said I fancy us all week to get something up there.
On Newcastle, to be fair.
Yeah, and I really did fancy it, and I also had double chance at 5-4. Let's go, boys. Let's go. But yeah, we will move on from that. Just don't tell my missus. Anyway, let's get into it, and we get started. And we're going to start off with the man between the sticks, and it's this man, Lucas Fabianski. Lucas, take it away.
I thought he had a decent day. I thought he came out for the balls well yesterday. First goal, in my opinion, not much he can really do. Maybe he can make a bit more of an effort, but in that scenario, when you're one-on-one like that, that's just mind games at that point. You throw ability out of the window because really 9 out of 10 times it's going in. So for me, I'm going to give Fabianski a high 6. High 6.
I'll go next. I thought it was all right yesterday. He couldn't do nothing for the goal. I thought he shit defended, if I'm being honest. He caught everything decent. Done a good save for Callum Wilson, second half. That's straight at him, but he still a good save. I'm going to give him a 7. I think, I don't remember him really doing anything bad. Do you know what I'm saying? So, I'll give him a 7. WestHamOnline.
7 from me as well. I thought his catching from crosses was fantastic yesterday. He caught everything. Absolutely everything that went into the box was in his hands.
He did command the box a bit better this match.
Yeah, I think it was the best I've seen him command his box all season. And obviously he couldn't do anything about the one-on-one. Saved the header, but, he's never saving that. 7 for me.
Mitch, what are you saying?
I'll give him a low 7.
And why is that, Mitch?
Because I thought the first goal, he could have come out further. I don't know why he didn't. I say first goal, the only goal he scored. I think he could have come out further. I just think if that's Alisson or Edison, I think the chances of him saving it goes up massively. And that is my only criticism of him of the game. Didn't really make any saves, but he was very good from corners, which is why I'm giving him a low 7.
Right, we'll move on to defender number 1. Go defenders today first, and then we go wing backs. Kera, 45 minutes he played. Is he at fault for the goal, West Ham Online, or is it Bonner? Because I see people coming at Kehrer, and I'm like that. I'm 50-50 on this one.
You know how much I'm not Kehrer's biggest fan, but I thought
Yeah.
it was more Bonner than Kehrer. The gap
agree.
between the two needs to be smaller, but I felt like watching it, Bonner's movement was slower, and it sort of came nearer to him. Yeah, so for me, the goal was more on Bonner than Kehrer.
Yeah. Take it away, West Ham Online. Well, would you rate Kehrer?
Much better yesterday. I thought in the 45 minutes that he played, he was very good. He was proactive. He was sort of pressing out and winning the ball high. He wasn't getting bullied as much. I think I only saw him got bullied once, which is an improvement. He's not the best, but yesterday was one of his better games. So I'm going to give him... He only played 45 minutes, but I'm going to give him a 7.
Mitch?
I'm going to give him a high 6, not 7, purely because I think he should have done better for the first goal. I would say, I don't know why Bonner kind of stepped forward, and they're both at fault though. Like as soon as that Wilson is making a run, they both just switched off. Bonner went with his wrong foot. He looks awkward, so I would say it's more so Bonner's fault because the pass is coming across him. Do you know what I'm saying? Whereas Kehrer is coming towards him. If you know what I'm saying. Bad position by both of them. I'd say slightly worse for Bonner, but Kehrer in the first half, I did think he was decent. I think he struggled with the pace and strength for Wilson at times, but because Wilson ain't really a skillful player, it didn't really cause him any problems. But when balls are going over the top, I think Kehrer struggled a little bit with his pace and strength. I'll give him a high 6, yeah.
I'll go next. I'll give him a 6 out of 10. I'll make it short and sweet with Kehrer. I think the first goal is a bit. It's more on Bonner than it is like anything else. I thought Kehrer was all right in the first half. Really, I don't think he done anything majorly wrong. I think West Ham come out the trap slow, but that's not really on him. I think the whole of the defence was crap in sort of the first 10 minutes. Then we sort of livened up. So, yeah, I'll give him a 6 out of 10. Lucas, what are you saying for Kehrer?
Yeah, for me, very easy. 6 out of 10. The first goal, I think I don't think it was any sole person's fault. Poor communication, and when it comes to communication, you communicate with more than one person. So, I would say they're both at fault. And it didn't help. I did go back because Mitch did mention it to me. Paqueta did get fouled on the
I don't know why this ain't being spoke about. Like he gets pulled down to the ground. Please watch it back.
But even though I still think it's multiple people at fault, so I'm not really gonna pin it on one person. But after that, Kehrer was all right. He was solid. And the one thing I mentioned yesterday that I do like about Kehrer, even when he does mess up, he's still in the game. He keeps his head up. He doesn't sulk and put himself out of the match, which is big for me. So, 6.
Fair enough, mate. We'll move on to this man. Angelo Bonner. I'll start off with you, Mitch. What are you saying for Angelo?
See, aside from the two things which I'm going to talk about in a second, I thought he had a good, solid game. Probably more solid than Kehrer. Again, positionally, I think in defending from our own box, he's unreal. I think he positions himself excellent every time. Balls in the box, he's brilliant. Blocks, he's, for me, one of the best. But those balls in behind, the first one, start the game, got it all wrong, positioned himself completely wrong. We spoke about it, so I'm not going to speak about it again too much. And then when Callum Wilson went and goal in the second half, and again had to make that unreal tackle. Yeah. Bonner stepped forward and pressured Anthony Gordon, leaving that space, which I understand why he had to do that. Bonner should have kept the defensive shape for me, like another good few seconds before then committing to Gordon, because Gordon was still getting chased by Kehrer at the time.
Right.
I'd give him a high 6.
Not for me at all, mate. I thought he was poor yesterday. Positioning very good. but some of the things that he done, like if you go back and look of the Aguerd challenge, I think Iron's analysis says it brilliantly here. He's at fault for it. He's all over the place defensively. Like the first goal is his fault again. Like when the ball goes through the middle of him, he's not dropping deep enough, right? And he hasn't got the pace, yeah. But no disrespect to Angelo Bonner, in my opinion, but he shouldn't be our centre half anymore. He should be a covering centre half. Not,
don't be mean.
Nah, Mitch. Like no disrespect. If I'm playing a three at the back, when you look at Aguerd yesterday, Bonner don't get there. Yeah, Aguerd gets there, right? And that's why West Ham need to replace Bonner.
There's very few centre backs to get there, though.
Yeah, I disagree on that, mate. If you've got a pacey centre back, someone's getting there, isn't they? But Angelo Bonner's not getting there, is he?
You're talking very pacey. Like he's a League One defender, which he's. I'm
going to give him a rating of a 5 out of 10. I think the position he was all right, but he wasn't the best defender on the pitch. We'll get to the best defender on the pitch.
I might have been slightly generous, maybe like a standard 6.
Yeah, so I'll give him a 5. West Ham Online.
I think the chat are being slightly harsh on him, if I'm honest.
Right.
But I thought, I've got to admit, the first goal, his positioning was shocking.
No worries, Dan.
The golden ball is a very good point by Iron's analysis.
Yeah.
It's another ball straight down the middle, which is where he's playing, and he got his body shape all wrong.
But is that, I just want to say this before I let you carry on, but is that Ben Johnson's fault? Because Ben Johnson's chasing him around everywhere and leaves
So it
space.
wasn't Kerr chasing, it was Ben Johnson, yeah.
Yeah,
No, it's not Ben Johnson's fault.
No.
No?
Bonner's fault for me, but I do agree with Mitch. I think Bonner defends his box very well. And on the ball, he was quite good. So if it weren't for the 2 mistakes, then he'd get a decent rating for me. But I can't be a contradict because Kera has the odd good game and he makes a big error and I mark his rating down. So Bonner's got to get a high 5 for me.
Lucas?
Yeah, I think everyone is bang on, really. I'm in between a high 5 and a 6 just because Ogbonna is getting up there. But even when your legs are getting old, you're getting up there, the brain still goes, your IQ for the game, it doesn't leave you. But yesterday was one of those days where just like, sometimes your football IQ does not translate to ability. And yesterday I think was prime for that. Like positionally fantastic, like we all said, but just those spots where we really need to see his athleticism and his defending, it wasn't there, and we all know why, because he's just not that same player that we know. But I think I'm going to give him just a 6 because, again, positionally was great, and when we had to really get stuck in, I thought he was good, but did have two blunders. So I think I don't think a 5 or a high 5 is bad, but I think just because the match we were in, we had to get stuck in, and when it mattered most, Ogbonna was there for us. So just a 6. Just a 6.
We'll move on.
Mike Theory's
comment, please don't read Mike Theory's thing, right? Because I don't know fucking
I've read it,
tonight,
but I won't do
right?
it.
Right, let's move on. You know what I mean? You will do that at your own time. Right, let's get to this man. Nayef Aguerd. Wow. That's all I'm going to say. Lucas, take it away for him, mate.
Yeah, I don't know if we have enough time in the show to talk about him, honestly. The guy is absolutely superb, and he is quickly making it known that he's not, if he's not already, he's going to be one of the best center halves in the Premier League for sure.
Carry on, Lucas. He's the saviour.
It's fitting that you said that because I tweeted out yesterday the video of his tackle, and it was honestly against God's will. Like, that was against God's will. That was not supposed to happen. Like, Aguerd was not supposed to make that tackle, but you know what? He did.
If that is any other defender in the Premier League in the top 6, they're talking about it for a year.
If that's Virgil, they're talking about that for months. But again, I'm actually gonna let you all praise him. I'm gonna make this easy. He's gonna get. He's gonna get an 8. I'm not gonna say a strong 8, solid 8, low. He's gonna get a nice professional 8 because he was so good.
I'll go next. 9 out of 10. The only reason why I ain't 10 out of 10 is he should have scored. I thought he was excellent yesterday. Fucking brilliant.
What about that? Fuck.
Yeah, right.
Oh.
He had a great chance to score in the first half. I think it was. Ball comes in, and if he's got to be hitting the target at least. Right, he has to be hitting the target. But defensively, this man is fucking next level, mate. He's next level. Like that pace to get back to Callum Wilson, who's no slouch, who's a fast striker. He managed to get back, get around him, and get it away from him before he had the shot. Like, do you know what I mean? He's just top drawer. I called it in the summer. I said, if we can get this man, like, we'll go up another level. And since he's come in, we look solid. We look really, really good. I like the way he passes the ball forward. I like the way he plays them diagonal balls to Bowen or Ben Rama, or whoever he's trying to do. His tackling is excellent. His awareness is excellent. And the final word from me is, he is a future captain for West Ham. 100%.
He speaks good English as well.
Right? Well, I'm telling you right now, he's future captain material.
And Alfie, what does he like to do?
Smile.
He
Does like to smile, to be fair, yeah.
Yeah. And he organised the back line multiple times. I don't know where you lads were watching. Obviously, Mitch was there, so he might not have seen this. But on TV yesterday, you look at him, he's organising the back line, he's shouting at them. Emerson does a really good tackle in the corner, and he's up in Emerson's face, geeing him up and all that. I love the man. I think the man's excellent. 9 out of 10 for me.
You know what, if I could go back and change my rating, I maybe would give him a 9 just for standing over Jolinton for diving.
Yeah,
because that really got me fired up.
Yeah, I agree.
Well.
I mean, let's get to this. James, fun fact: Aguerd used to play for my local club. Wow, in Morocco.
Petrini Sambosa.
Wow. Well,
Partrini, sorry.
Well done, Jason. I must admit. Mitch, talk to me about Aguerd.
Jason from Morocco. Fucking hell. It's not a very Moroccan name. Again.
We love you, Kevin.
Exceptional. But Daddy, I love him. Again. Fucking unreal. Oh. He's only joking. I'll give him a high 8. No, I'll give him a standard 8. That header miss, it's a big miss.
True, but
big miss.
Yeah,
well,
I agree with that.
Not really. If your defenders in the box to score headers, then it is his job. It was put in the box to score that header or try and create a goal, and he missed a massive opportunity. Yeah, that's a big knock. That's a big knock for me. But besides that, he was exceptional, so good. Obviously, we've always spoken about the tackle. Balls over the top, no worry. You can put like the paciest players, like pacey wingers up against him.
I agree.
He brushes them aside.
I get the same confidence in his diagonal balls the same way that Rice plays one. I know as soon as it leaves his foot, it's connecting. It's going to connect with another player.
His diag's exceptional. Just a shame that Bowen's on him, on the end of him. I'm joking. Yeah, standard 8 for me.
WestHamOnline.
Aguerd gets an 8 from me. That tackle was a once in a season sort of tackle. It was sensational. It was the best.
Leeds, isn't he?
Pardon?
Done against Leeds.
Yeah, he done something similar against Leeds, but this one was just. I thought it was no chance he was making it, but he did. Fair play. I thought his passing wasn't as good as it usually is, but his overall game was sensational. Defensively, he was great. Yeah, an 8. He was very good.
Yeah, listen, if he stays fit, we're fine. That's one thing I will say.
We all know if Kurt Zuma and Aguerd were healthy 80% of the season, we all know we would not be in the mess we are right now. But
Zuma won't be. Zuma will never be.
Exactly.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
Right, let's move on to this man. Mixed views on this man.
Is it your man of the match?
Aguerd?
Yeah.
100%, mate.
Yeah, he's my man of the match as well.
100%. I'll quickly take that off. He's my man of the match for one reason. If that's any other defender on the pitch for West Ham United, that's a goal. He stops a goal
Yeah.
basically, and I celebrated
I
it.
think 95% of defenders in the Premier League, that's a goal.
Maybe, but when I look at our team, anyone else, that's a goal. As soon as he was there and he put that tackle in, I celebrated it. Like, you should have seen me. I literally went mad. Right, I celebrated like we just scored a winner.
Like a goal for me.
Yeah, 100%. So he's definitely my man of the match, 100%. Let's go to this man, Vladimir Kufel. Mixed opinions on this man, right? I thought he played pretty well yesterday. Yeah, and then I put something on Twitter, and people were saying different, and I was like, well, I don't know what they're saying. West Ham Online. I'll start off with you. What did you make of Kufel?
I thought it was really good. He better in the second half than the first, but overall, I thought it was fantastic. I thought he put in I think he was the one who put the cross in for Aguerd's header as well, which was a really good cross. Up and down, he dealt with St. Maximin well. I think lately we've seen a similar level of the Soufal that we had a couple of years ago. He didn't rush as much on the ball as he was at the start of the season. So, yeah, I thought it was really good. And for me, he gets a high 7.
And he looked a lot more free on the ball, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, it looked like he wasn't worried about making a mistake, which is huge. Like,
and do you know what he did?
You have to have that confidence.
Do you know what he didn't do? He didn't just throw them balls down the line all the time. He did come inside, and he was all right. He was all right yesterday. I'll give a quick rating for him. I'll give him a 7 out of 10. I thought it was a good performance. I thought he'd done well. He's getting better at each game. And let's go back 6 weeks, 2 months ago. People wanted him out the door, mate, and sent him to Germany. So, wow. 7 out of 10 for me. Lucas.
Another easy rating for me.
Jesus Christ.
This is another one of my 8s. This is personally my man of the match. I thought he was absolutely brilliant yesterday, first and second half. The only thing I can criticize him for is his crossing. His crossing's still not good enough, but his defending was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Interceptions, tackles, had St. Maximum in his pocket, and saved a ball off the line from a corner in front of Fabianski. He looked so good yesterday. Vintage first season Soufal, just minus the crossing. If his crossing was there, he probably could have been a 9. We maybe could have won if his crossing was on point. But a bit different for me. Easy 8, but he's my man of the match.
Mitch?
I'll give him a solid 7. High 7. I'll give him a high 7. For first half, defensively, it was good. But his passing, for me, was pretty poor. Times when he won the ball or had the ball in our own half and he got a bit of pressure on him from other players. He just hoofed it blindly and then they won the ball back, which did wind me up. But defensively, he was very good. I checked his stats after the first half. He did have 55% pass accuracy after the first half, which is shit. But the second half, I don't know what his pass stats were for the second half, to be fair, but it was much better. Again, his crossing was still disgusting, borderline disgraceful. But defensively, it was very good again, and probably even better in the second half, I'd say. Which is why I give him a high 7.
Yeah, I agree, mate. I agree. Right, let's get to where is he? West Ham Online's most favourite man. This is going to be interesting.
Oh, did you make Soufal?
Yeah, it did.
7.
Yeah, we went him a 7. Next up, Emerson. Mitch, take it away for Emerson.
He's the man for the back 5 plan. If you play back 5, he's by far the only option we've got, but he does it very well. He's meant for that role. It doesn't. Again, second half he done better. But first half, his defensive tracking is poor. The balls, times Almiron just made the runs in behind him, and he was just standing there like watching the ball. It happened multiple times. It did piss me off, but when he had the ball at his feet and he drove forward and he made the passes, I think almost everything he'd done when he was going forward, when he was going towards their goal, fucking hell.
Yeah.
Was perfect. It was bang on. I don't remember him doing anything wrong, really. Yeah, I'll give him a solid 7.
I agree. I'll give him a solid 7-0. I thought someone just said in there. I think Jason said about he can't defend another Mazuaku. I don't not disagree with Jason on that. But one thing I do like about him, what I like about him is his driving runs. He drives with the ball. He's always there. He don't mind putting a cross in from time to time.
The thing is with Emerson, I personally think that Masuaku might be a bit better of a ball carrier, but Emerson has the passing and the crossing. And that foul that he drew yesterday was super impressive. When he got the ball right at the corner of the halfway line, he split 2 very tight and drew a foul. That is what we need and what we've been missing.
Yeah, I agree. So I'll give him a 7 out of 10. Lucas, you might as well take it away. Emerson.
Yeah, for me, solid 7. He's flying at the moment, and I hope it continues because he is a breath of fresh air, in my opinion, at that spot. Just, again, I will keep saying it every show. Availability is the best ability in that left back spot for us because when he gets in those positions, it just opens up so many more options for us.
Yeah,
solid 7 for me.
WestHamOnline.
I think people are overrating him a little bit. I've got to be honest. Not you three specifically, but the fan base in general. I think he drives forward with the ball.
I kind of agree with Alfie what he just said,
and I think his link-up play is really quite decent. I've got to admit, but
you're going to say really good there. What happened?
I changed my mind. It's only decent.
Right, go on.
Link-up plays decent to good.
Is it better than Cresswell's?
No, definitely not. Defensive, he's better for the left wing back position than Cresswell, though. I will say that. But defensively, I thought he was terrible. I thought the first goal was completely his fault. Not the first. By that, I mean the disallowed goal, which he got away with one. I think he kept getting caught down his side. I think his body shape was off at times. But his ball carrying was very good. He drew some really nice fouls. He linked up well with our other players. And although I don't think he's as good as people are saying, and you know what, the Masuaku comparison I'm seeing in the chat, I think he's better than Masuaku, but I don't think there's loads in it. For me, Emerson was a low 7 yesterday.
Low 7 for you.
I kind of get what Alfie's saying. I think some people think he's mustard, which he's not there yet. He's a very good option right now, and we need to keep our expectations realistic with him because honestly, he's exceeded most of them.
My dad thinks he's shocking.
Yeah, I agree.
Does he also love Cresswell?
No, he thinks he's average.
Before I move on, please do subscribe to the channel and please do like the video. It goes a long way. It really helps us out. So please do smash a like on the video.
Notification bell. You've got to remember to say that.
Yeah, hit the notification bell. That is Lucas's line. Let's move on to this man.
Share with all your friends and family.
But
worldwide. I'll tell you what. One thing that is is this man. This guy is world class.
James.
He was fucking excellent yesterday. I am not going to lie. He run through all their midfield, all 3 of them, and he showed them all up. I'm going to go Lucas first because this is going to be interesting between Alfie and Mitch. So, Lucas, what you saying for Deck?
I absolutely love the man, and as we all know, we're counting down the days, whenever that may be, but I love a good Sean Longstaff, Declan Rice midfield derby. It's one of my favorites. I circle it on the calendar every season.
Fucking embarrassing.
That dreaded era that we had to go through. And even though Sean Longstaff did not have a terrible match yesterday, he played it, in my opinion, a fundamental, easy ball through.
Yeah.
He shit all over him once again. That is the difference between world class and then just an average player. Declan Rice was running around like a man possessed, hair on fire, intercepting everything, tackling everything, getting forward. That is the Declan Rice we know and love, and we haven't seen consistently this season, but when we have seen it, it makes the world of difference, obviously. And for me, another easy 8. It was between Aguerd, Rice, and Soufal for me, my man of the match. And any 3 of them, I really cannot complain. Whoever picks their man of the match.
I've got a question. I've got a question for you before we move on to the other lads' ratings. Yeah, he was on corners yesterday. What did you lads quickly make of that?
I think it's.
I think no one
sad.
in this fucking club can take.
It's sad and it's
crosses.
not good, but I think Declan Rice puts in the most consistent ball.
Yeah, I agree. And he does. Let's be honest. He's only ever scored 1 header on the end of a corner for us, so it's not like we're missing a lot.
But is that a problem?
Against Newcastle.
Right, but is that a problem? Is that a problem for West Ham moving forward, though?
I don't think so.
I don't think so, personally.
Because if he takes the corner and a team breaks on us, then he's fucking miles out of position, isn't he? Let's be real.
He is.
I mean, that's a fair point to make.
Fair
point to make.
In every team, I think one of the midfield players will take a corner now and again. So I wouldn't read too much into it personally.
I'm like 50-50 on it at the minute. I like the corners, but I do think if you're going to play that, you need a proper defensive midfielder next to, like, literally on the edge of the box. Because if a team does break on us, Declan's got to literally run the whole length of the pitch to get back. So, yeah.
Well, what's another extra 15 yards?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I'll go next. I'll give him a high 8. I thought he was excellent. Passing was good. He showed up there in midfield. Really, the long staff thing just baffles me. I have to laugh every time I see it. So yeah, I'll give him an 8 out of 10.
I'm not gonna say I wish Guimaraes played, but I would have enjoyed that battle watching.
Yeah,
I agree. WestHamOnline, give us your thoughts on Declan Rice.
Firstly, I'm not going to criticise the chat. I'm really not. But that opinion from Jason Hammer is shocking.
Which one?
The one where he said that he got shown up by Joe Willock or something.
But he's got his opinion, bruv. Like you've got yours. So shut up and just rate
his opinion now. Alfie's making his opinion now.
Yeah.
I respect
him. I respect you, Jason. I'm just letting you know what I think. I thought Rice was superb, absolutely superb. First half was absolutely sensational.
Right.
He intercepted everything. He won back balls that he should never win back in a million years. His passing was good. His corner was sensational. Yeah, absolutely brilliant. Loved it. Second half, he didn't get the ball as much because we were sitting off. But overall, I thought he was absolutely brilliant. And he's got an 8 for me.
Well done. Well done in WestHamOnline, twat. Mitch, Declan Rice.
Mustard. Different gravy. Excellent. Superb. Him and Aguerd were close for man of the match for me. Again, I'll give Rice a solid 8. Only thing I ask for him is that, again, times when we were going forward yesterday and our wings were very isolated, the midfielders, and this guy's from Paqueta as well, I think need to help out more in these situations because it's the only support they ever get is from the wing backs. And in other systems that work well in the 5 at the back, like Brentford or Chelsea, their midfielders offer the support and come close.
Yeah.
And for some reason, our players just like to stick to their positions and stay very central in the 5 at the back, which I don't really get. I get you want to keep the structure, but again, I thought yesterday we were very open at times in the first half, so it wouldn't really have made a difference. And plus, I'd rather us go for games than sit back anyway. But I do think Rice could do more to go forward and offer. But he was good defensively, exceptional, so good yesterday. His tackling was world class, like balls which would like far away from me, he just wraps his leg around players, winning balls like that, intercepting them well. Passing was good. Yeah, standard Rice, very good.
Right, and would you rate him?
Solid 8.
Solid 8 out of 10. Let's move on to this man, Lucas Paqueta. I might go get a bit of fucking
James,
shit.
you got to change that, please. It's not attack.
Well, he is attack because he scored, and that'll do for me.
So
for
if
now,
Aguerd scored that chance, will he be attacker? Yeah.
yeah, he'll be attacking it and a fucking header, mate. Do you know what I mean? Stop keep fucking undermining me on the stream. Right, Lucas
Just trying to help. Sorry,
Paqueta.
James. Oh, I mean,
Right, Lucas, take
Fucking
it
hell,
away
mate.
for Lucas Paqueta.
Oh God, he's got the burner. Oh God. Yeah. I'm not gonna say this one's tough, but this is like one of those ratings where I just put two things together. Quick maths. First half, mixed bag. If he didn't score the goal in the first half, he was a 5 for me first half.
Yeah,
just because,
great.
like I said yesterday,
first half he was a 5. You reckon?
if he didn't score,
First
he
30
didn't
minutes, he was definitely a
But
fuck you
for
five.
me,
Terrible.
like I said, Paqueta is so good. I don't expect him to always do the basics because he has such God-given ability. He deserves to express himself on the pitch, in my opinion. But sometimes doing the basics is just the best decision. And when he does the basics well, he looks world-class, in my opinion. I really do. But sometimes he just toys with the ball a bit too much. He's a bit lethargic. And I think that is still down to him getting up to speed. But every single match, he seems to be getting better and better and better, and it's noticeable. And then second half, the first 15 minutes, he looked really, really good. And I thought he was going to grab the match by the neck and take over. And sadly, he came off not too early. I would have liked to see him for another 5-10 minutes, but not the worst sub, I guess. But in terms of substituting, I don't like who got substituted. I don't like who he got substituted for, but that's besides the point. For me, I think he deserves a 7. A 7.
I agree with everything you said. Literally everything word for word. You're bang on about the first half. Up until the goal, I thought he was non-existent. I really did. Like I think he was not all there. But then he scored the goal.
Work rate's superb for the type of player he is. You do not get that in a lot of players like that to his caliber. Yeah, so I think he deserves a sort of. I'm going to give him like a middle 7 for me, like middle of the road 7 for me. I thought he was decent, like towards the back end of the game. He just dilly dallies on the ball a bit too much for me, and it worries the shit out of me. Like there's too many times where he thinks he's got too much time, and that's a concern. I think when he's on the ball, there's a time
he's
in the
good.
Match. Sorry, there was a time on the match when he was on the sideline and. He had the ball, his back was faced towards the middle of the pitch, and St. Maximin just came by and nicked it off him because he thought he had, like, all the time in the world. He thought no one was around him. That's the kind of stuff, the more he plays in the Premier League, he will get that through his head that he does not have all that time in the world. So,
yeah, I agree. WestHamOnline, what are you saying?
For Paqueta, I thought... First goal, I know what Mitch is saying, and I can sort of see that point, but I think it would have been a bit too lenient to give that as a foul, personally.
Right.
I'm going to do it a bit nice. Got the analysis back. Just so you know.
Okay.
Go
on. I'd say he's a bit at fault for the goal. Not massively, but a bit. Now, with Paqueta, this is probably going to be my longest monologue of all the players. Yeah. With Paqueta, I think people sometimes confuse work rate, which he does have. He does work very hard with poor positioning. And I feel like his positioning at times as a midfielder in a midfield 2 is questionable. I think at times off the ball, he's a bit of a headless chicken. Right. And I think he presses the wrong areas and leaves Rice a bit exposed at times. However, on the ball, he drew fouls excellently. His goal was very good movement at the back post. I thought some of his forward passing was exciting and good to watch. And overall, he goes up and down throughout the game. And some of his off-the-ball stuff just scares me. And it's really bad. But overall, I thought it was pretty good. Very exciting to watch. And I'd give him a 7.
If he don't score WestHamOnline, and he does exactly what you just said, what would you rate him?
I'd probably would have given him a high 6.
So the goal it's just got him over the line.
I'd give him a 6 as well.
Yeah.
There's no goal.
Yeah. Maybe. Or maybe I would have been a bit, you know what I mean? Yeah.
James, what do you give him?
I'll give him a 7, mate. I thought it was all right. I thought the first half was mixed for me. Come out 30 minutes up until the goal. I thought he was poor. Then he kicked into gear. One thing, Irons said it there, that will come in time when he gets the ball and moves it faster. But when teams are all over him, they know that he holds the ball a bit too much. But when he has got the ball and he does spray them passes out and he does them sort of flicks and tricks and turns and everything, he's a fucking good player. He really is. So, I can take it for now. Yeah, I can. But he's getting better slowly. So I think Lucas said it yesterday on the Afterthought. Right, you just see little bits every week of him getting better and better and better. So
it's not only him. You can tell his influence on the team is growing. Everyone is starting to get on the same wavelength as him and Rice, and dare I say even Emerson, because Emerson does. He's not obviously the same caliber of player, but he is brilliant going forward and linking up, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. Mitch, what are you saying?
I think, with good coaching and playing the same system, same formation as we're doing now, Paqueta will only get better. So I don't think it's anything to worry about. I just think, he's in a different league. He's trying to learn a different system with different players, which the movement of the ball is completely different to what he'd be used to. In the French league and especially in Brazil, where in Brazil their wingers basically take on the man every time they go forward. Whereas us, it's very different. I think Paqueta. I think if you don't think Paqueta's a good player, I think you're deluded and support another club at the moment. At one person. Paqueta's a very good player. But yeah, he's finding his feet slowly at West Ham, and I hope that he can become our best player, or one of our best players, and one of the most important players, should I say. And I'm going to show you just quickly this analysis. I'm going to give you the rating. I'm giving him a solid 7. Goal was very well taken. But yeah, before that, it went great. So just quickly, ladies and gents. Thank you, James. Let's get this all framed up nicely.
I can see it, Mitch. Mitch, I can see it.
Can you just about?
Yeah.
All right. Let's get this slowed down, shall we? Fuck. Right, one sec.
Don't show too much. We'll get demonetized.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, that's the Paqueta with the ball.
He's getting pulled. And he's getting pushed back.
Okay.
Whether you think it's a foul or not, I don't think it's a foul. He's very soft. But it's one of those things where any other player in that position,
right,
the same thing happens. It's hard. He's literally getting pulled.
It is. I think
he's getting shoved there.
I do agree.
Over him.
I do agree with you on one thing there. If the referee, look where the fucking referee is standing up.
And he's getting pulled back. He's getting shoved back.
Yeah.
Which ain't allowed in football.
Yeah, but
so by the book, it's a foul. But in real time, it don't really seem like it. Again, I understand why it's difficult, but I don't think you can really blame Paqueta too much for that. Again, maybe a little bit of blame, but I mean, it's all still defenders. Go anyway.
Hines analysis cracks me up. Mitch thinks he's Carragher.
I ain't got the Scouse accent.
He's Gary Monk, as Money Scribble says. So what you saying, Mitch? You give him a 7, yeah? Give him a 7.
Yeah.
Shout out to L1 phone clinics.
I wouldn't say it was average, like some of you are saying. I think he had a good game. I'd say he had a good game. Right,
let's get to this, man. Saeed Benrahma. WestHamOnline, take it away, because I know me and you are going to fucking clash on this one. We're going.
And so quickly, that thing, if that happens against us, and I'd be like, that's a foul, that's fair play.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
Huh?
I don't think I would. I don't know. It's one of them iffy ones.
It's a movie, give it, and I look at it, I'm going, he's pulled it back, can't really deny it.
Right. Let's move on, though, to Saeed Benrahma. What are you saying, WestHamOnline?
Right.
Here we go.
He got into some decent positions. These are the positives. Right. He's in the second half. He'd done some really nice link-up play, especially targeting Antonio. I thought his passing was quick and incisive. However, in the final third, Hammer of the Year, Lord and Saviour, Benrahma was not good enough. Other players weren't good enough too, but for someone who the reason why I'm so critical of Benrahma is because, in my opinion, people treat Moyes unfairly due to their opinion on Benrahma and the way Moyes treats Benrahma. And yesterday was just another reason why I don't think Benrahma's as good as people think. I think his shooting and decision making was really, really bad.
Fucking can't hear this. Go on.
His shooting and decision making was terrible. Rice passed it to him in a good position. Should come in. Should go on his left foot. Names the far corner. Comes inside, hits it into. Probably landed on Pluto by now. That shot. And so every time he got in the final third, he just made the wrong decision. I like Benrahma. I think he's a nice, smiley person. He's a good footballer.
But didn't I tell you in the preview they're not to start him? and this is coming from me, and I was fucking right. Do you know what I mean? So what are you rating him?
But because Fornals have played even worse, you don't know.
In my opinion, Benrahma yesterday was a 5.
Right, I've got to get to this, and I'm going to land. Steve, thank you very much, mate. As always, I really do appreciate it. Really do, man.
Top man.
Right, I'll go next. I agree, he wasn't great. I agree with you. That's the first thing. But you're criticising him for missing chances when I've seen Jared Bowen miss fucking loads of chances before and still get high ratings. So how is that different to Syed Benrahma? He wasn't good yesterday. I do agree, but he's getting in the positions. He's just not putting them away. And I've seen fucking Bowen do that quite a lot over the last sort of year. I agree with a 5 also. He wasn't good and he got subbed, and rightfully so. So I don't not disagree with you, but this sort of thing, when he does something wrong, people are on his case. I've seen that many a times. Do you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'll give him a 5. Lucas.
Yeah, I agree with everything that's been said pretty much. And he got in good positions. He carried the ball decently. But, again, it's him and Bowen. When they get the ball in positions, they get paid to make things happen. Assist, score, that's what they're paid to do. And right now, they both absolutely reek. They stink. They can't do anything. They can't cross. They can't pass. They can't shoot. It's just it's making life tough, obviously, for us this season. But yeah, for me, I just really think the quality of his passing and decision making was just really bad. And me and you both yesterday, we agreed, or not yesterday, on Thursday or whenever, we agreed. We think Fornals should start, and then Benrahma comes on later. And I think yesterday proved why that theory would have worked, because Fornals come in, worked hard, obviously, but I'd still rather see Benny going at tired defenders for 20 minutes than bringing on Fornals, who's just going to run a lot. But a 5 for me, a 5.
Mitch.
Very disappointing yesterday. I was talking about Bowen when we come to Bowen, but the criticism is fair if you have a guy at Bowen as well.
Mm-hmm.
They both deserve criticism at the minute. I think Benrahma, I actually don't know. I've never seen a player that is so good at coming on, but he's so average or poor when he starts in the game. When he comes on, he takes on his man, makes perfect decisions, drops in inside.
Big up, Thomas.
Thank you, Thomas.
When he starts the game, he's more deep. He sticks to the wing a bit more. He doesn't ever take on his man. Puts in shit crosses. I don't really understand it.
I understand what you're saying. Listen, right? But fuck me, he hasn't really had Was it really an awful game for me yesterday? Really awful. Because when I look at other players, but was all of our attack any good yesterday? Like, if it,
I will come on to that. As I said, I think Bowen was shit as well.
Yeah,
Antonio done pretty much as good as he can. Again, goal threat. Again, is still a problem for him. But I'll come on to that. Benny in the transition, I thought it was great at bringing the ball forward. The link-up play was actually pretty good in the build-up. But again, when you got into the final third, crossing was disgusting, disgraceful. His shooting was awful. And that's all he done when he got into the final third. And it was a waste. It was just a big waste.
This isn't a knock on Benrahma, but I feel like it's always Benrahma that always misses like this golden opportunity to make a simple pass to someone in the box. And again, I'm not trying to single him out, but it just always seems like he misses that key simple pass, which for me, why I said yesterday, I think Fornals makes that pass.
Yeah.
But again, I still have faith in
Fornals got in the position.
Exactly,
and that position was not hard yesterday.
Yeah, no, but you have got to respect him for getting into the positions. Do you know what I mean? You can knock him for missing the chances. I can get that, and I can respect that. Yeah, and use are right, and the chat's right. But what I can't understand is when people say, "Oh, yeah, like the chance is easy to get into." Well, if it was easy, fucking Jared Bowen would do it, and Antonio would do it.
No, but it wasn't a good chance. It wasn't like he was missing really good chances. It was simple positioning. It was just.
I understand that.
Poor what he was doing. I'm not. Yeah. I don't think he was dreadful.
No, he wasn't dreadful yesterday.
But
our attack was fucking non-existent. Anyway, let's be honest. So, Mitch says a 5 on him. We'll move on to this man, Mr. Jared Bowen. Mitch, take it away.
This is a tough one for me.
Really disappointed with Bowen recently. I think it does.
What do you mean?
Yeah. No. Because
let him land.
No, listen.
Go on.
Because I think his performances recently been overrated. Anyway, he's been doing the final things pretty well recently, but in terms of his ability as a winger, he's just not doing it. He's not beating his man anymore. He can't beat his man. I don't know what's going on there. He's lost his sharpness.
Dan Burn actually had him in his pocket all match, which
his crossing.
Crazy.
His crossing is still, and if not worse, his crossing's got worse actually. And at the moment, both are wingers. In fact, all our players, including Soufal, cannot cross a ball for shit. And there needs to be something done in the coaching department for Moyes and all of them in terms of open play crossing, because it's disgusting. We've got, in my opinion, the worst crossers of the ball in the league. We put in so many crosses each game for all of them to either go well over and go out for throw in, or to be blocked by the first, can't even beat the first man. This is so poor, and that really needs to be sorted out. Anyway, Bowen, I thought his passing that he kept simple was decent, but again had no impact in the final third whatsoever because he didn't try. He kept it too simple, and when he did try, nothing came of it. Didn't get in good positions inside the area either. Stayed very wide the whole game. Disappointed. I'll give him a 5 as well.
I agree with everything you said. I thought he was. What's irritating me is he's gone back to the Jared Bowen.
Back in a minute. Let's get tissue.
Right, he's gone back to the Jared Bowen that puts his head down and doesn't look up and look around. That's the problem. Yeah, and that's the problem we've got.
Yeah, and if we were flying at the moment, like scoring goals, and looking decent going forward, I don't think any of us would mind that. But it's actually affecting us now.
Yeah, like I just want him to run at people, and he just don't seem to run at people. What he does, and listen, this is why one thing I'm going to say is this: I love doing the spaces on Twitter. Yeah, and speaking to different fans because you hear different thoughts and different opinions, right?
Different perspectives.
And different perspectives. Thank you, Lucas. Right. And one thing someone said to me is, he said, "James, check out what he does on that side. He runs backwards before he runs forwards." And that stayed in my head for a while, right? And I thought, you know what? Every time I watch Bowen, I'm going to see if he does it. You can count. He does it fucking not just once. He does it about 7-8 times in the game. He doesn't straighten up his man and try and go past him. He runs away from him to sort of go past the ball round him, sort of thing, which is not good. I'll give him a 5 out of 10. WestHamOnline.
Bowen wasn't good. He messed up a counter attack at the end as well, which he was claiming was a foul, but that really
it was a foul.
No,
though.
That was a foul.
It was a foul because Anthony Gordon's literally pulled his arm, basically.
Pulled his arm like
too.
Yeah. Anyway, overall, he wasn't good. His crossing was poor, although he was going onto his weak foot, but he was poor. His crossing was poor. I think he draws fouls well. That's one thing he does do. He draws fouls.
Yeah, I agree.
Well. And his passing and link-up play for the most part wasn't too bad. He was finding the middle players when he needed to. But overall, it wasn't good enough from Bowen. For a winger's performance, I thought the two wingers were the worst player on the pitch for West Ham yesterday. in Ben Rama and Bowen. Bowen, people are right that he didn't take on Dan Burn enough, but he's never been that sort of player, and that's sort of an issue, isn't
I
it?
used to more so last year, but now
He did a
this
bit.
year he started at the start of this season and he couldn't do it, and then his confidence in that is just completely gone. And that is a problem. So when you need to take on your man every once in a while, it's great opportunities.
Yeah, but especially taking on Dan Burn though, West Ham Online. Fuck me, it's not like he's
You would think he'd take him
on
on more, and I think we have to give Dan Burn credit. That is the most
he is
athletic
underrated,
6'6" defender I've ever seen.
But
he moves nimble.
Yeah,
Men moves different.
I'd say Bowen for me he weren't a strong performer yesterday. He didn't get any shots off. I like seeing him getting shots off and causing problems, but he didn't. So just like Ben Rama, I'm going to have to give him a 5.
5. Lucas.
This one's tough for me, actually, because while I didn't think Ben Rama was great, he did not have as many chance-creating opportunities as Ben Rama, in my opinion. And when he was called upon to put crosses in, they were absolutely horrific. And I know they were on his right peg. But still, this is really, you gotta be able to work on both feet, use them efficiently. I don't care what anyone says. This is so tough because, like I said, he had more opportunities to create, but the quality was so bad. Positioning decent. Oh my goodness. It's between a high 4 and a 5 for me, honestly.
Go on, Lucas. Mate, go on. Go for it. Lucas, go for it, mate. Just do it.
I gotta give him a high 4 because it's.
Wait, what did you give Ben Rama?
A 5.
5.
I think not.
No, but this is the thing. Ben Rama did not have as many chance-creating opportunities that Bowen had. Bowen crossed the ball more.
Oh, because he done more.
Yeah, and it was terrible. His crossing was awful. Ben Rama didn't cross the ball as much as he did.
Well,
it was borderline disgraceful. Like,
he wasn't good yesterday, West Ham. I know that because I had a bet on him. Fuck it. So yeah, I know
high 4 because of the crossing. If he didn't cross the ball as much, or they were a bit better, it'd probably be a 5. But his crossing was absolutely disgraceful yesterday.
Fair enough, mate. Right, let's move on to this man, Mikel Antonio. Fuck me, I got some stick on Twitter yesterday about this geezer. I actually thought he played well. I thought he played really well. I thought, and I've got people coming at me saying, "Oh, I don't know what game you're watching. He's fucking walking around." And I'm thinking, I don't know how much drink you've had because he runned everywhere yesterday.
They were all at the pub, I think, James.
Right, I'm going to say this,
on cocaine, James.
Well, we don't authorise that on this channel. Do you know what I mean? So yeah,
do we not?
You know what I mean? No, we don't. That's in Colombia.
Fucking hell.
I think in front of goal, he's poor, Mikel Antonio. But his work rate yesterday was excellent. I thought he runned everywhere. I remember a sliding tackle he done in midfield against someone to win the ball back and set us up a chance on the break, which was really good. He was like he was trying to impress someone yesterday, and I think I know who it was. I think he was trying to outdo Callum Wilson. That's why he was fucking running around like a nutcase yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm going to give him a high 6. I'm not going to I can't give him a 7, but I'll give him a high 6. I thought his work rate was good yesterday. I really did. Like, I thought he tried yesterday, but he's just not that good in front of goal. Mitch, what are you saying?
I'm going to give him a low 7.
Ooh.
I think I'm being a bit too nice.
Yeah, but I like
stick with your opinion. Stick with your opinion.
Yeah, I'm sticking with it. I think he stretched the defenders pretty well on the right hand side. He chased down everything. His work ethic was great. Again, in the area, he's just not a threat. And when he does get the ball in the area, just ain't a threat, because when he does take a shot, it takes him for about 20 years to get his foot up there and then back down again. And then by the time it's blocked or it's well over the bar. It's like the power shot on FIFA. Like, it just takes ages for him to like hit it up and then bang, it's blocked.
Yeah.
Yeah, and when he does shoot, it does piss me off because there are better options, and he should know surely that his shooting is pretty embarrassing. And for number 9 in the Premier League, his shooting is borderline embarrassing.
What are you rating?
But his effort was great. I'll give him a low 7.
Lucas?
Yeah, yesterday, that's the kind of performance and effort that does get you in that conversation of a high 6, 7, because he did run his bollocks off yesterday.
He did run, yeah.
And
Agreed.
I think people are starting to finally see the impact he has when he's running wide and stretching the center halves and creating openings.
But I've got to ask the question here to you, right? Before I let you come back in and land on your rating, yeah? Should he go on the wing for West Ham? On the right? Running that
Honestly, at the
ball?
moment, James, his massive problem would be the tracking back part.
Yeah.
He would struggle with tracking back.
I don't know.
But
I don't know about that. Yesterday, fuck me, he ran everywhere, Mitch. He's running everywhere.
he did, but this was a first. Like usually, he blows out after 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and he's sweating.
True.
And literally, you could see every part of his body sweating. Like his bollocks are sweating, everything.
Yeah.
And on the wing, I think he would struggle with
enough.
that. But I think about it, going forward, he would be a lot better, in my opinion, than what Bowen and Benrahma's done a minute. And he's better at crossing the ball than both of them two.
True.
Which is, you think about it sounds weird, but when you look at the crosses he does put in the box, when he does cross, they're fucking much better than what Bowen and Benrahma do.
And it wouldn't be a terrible idea to maybe implement just like the front three as a free-flowing system, almost.
Mm-hmm.
Not completely, but like if Antonio's dragging players out to the wing, you obviously need one of them to fill it in the middle.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know, but what I was saying basically, I think people are starting to appreciate what he's doing off the ball and stretching the defense and creating openings in the middle for Bowen and Benrahma. They just have to take him. But his work rate was second to none yesterday. It was actually beautiful. That's the word I would use.
What are you rating him?
I can't give him a 7 because he didn't have a goal contribution. That's just me. But a very high 6. Very high 6.
West Ham Online?
Mikel. Don Mikel. He puts the effort in.
Bosco.
He makes us play better, in my opinion.
Yeah.
We play better when he's in the team.
Fuck.
Don Mikel is that guy. For me, he encapsulates what we want from a West Ham United player. And
Right, can you get to the fucking comment, bro? Mate, Love Island's on and I'm missing it, so get on with it.
I'd say he's our most underrated player of the last decade.
Right.
For me, Mikel gets a high 6.
Fair enough, mate. Fucking hell.
Your build-up stinks.
Yeah, your build-up's terrible, mate. Your build-up's like Mikel Antonio in front of a fucking goal,
I thought
mate.
you were about to drop at least an 8 on me.
Right.
Boys, what would you think about when Skamaka and Connor come back? If Benrahma and Bowen still continue to struggle on the wing,
Right.
would you consider a Cornet, Skamaka, and Antonio front three?
No.
Oh, don't know about that.
Not dropping
For me, the system it wouldn't
Bowen.
work. But every time we'd go forward, I think we'd be more threatening. Two players
Can't drop
cross the
Bowen.
ball in properly,
Right.
and Skamaka would be like, "Bash!" Like that.
You can't drop Bowen.
every time.
You can't drop Bowen.
Bish, bash, bosh. Right. Subs time, yeah? I just want you to shout out your numbers so we can get this done.
Yeah,
this
get
wrapped
to
up,
Mr.
yeah?
Moyes. Yeah.
Yeah. This man, Mitch, Ben Johnson.
Good. High 6.
I agree. I thought he was excellent. One little fuck up in the second half with the Aguerd thing. But other than that, I thought he's chasing the player around and leaves the space open for them to play the ball through the middle. But yeah, I'll give him a high 6. I thought he done very well. Lucas.
Easy. Solid 6. I've preached it from minute 1. He's exceptional in a back three as a third center half, and he's a lot more composed on the ball when he's one of the back three and not playing right back or wing back. Solid 6.
West Ham Online.
Better than usual. 6. High 6.
We go this man, Pablo Fornells, comes on.
What
Not
minute did he come
despicable.
on?
He was on for a while. He was on
He
Right.
didn't really get to touch it. Like, we were just defending, so 5 for me.
5. Are we all saying 5s?
Nah, I'm saying not applicable.
Right, Lucas,
Nope.
what are you saying? Fair enough.
I heard it,
Um,
Mitchie.
Just
Fuck
real
off.
quick, he
Mate, I
came
don't know what's going on. It's last week, but I keep having voice cracks galore.
Right. What are
He
you
came
saying?
on for 15 minutes. I think that is a bit applicable. I'll give him a 5.
Yeah, I agree. Didn't really do nothing, if I'm being honest. Let's talk about this man. Thomas Souček come on the same time as him.
Yeah, he done all right.
For Lucas Paqueta.
Yeah, right decision.
Yeah, I did not like. Again, I didn't mind.
You
Paqueta
say that's the
coming
right
off.
decision, West Ham Online.
Absolutely. We were under the car.
Oh my goodness.
Fucking, we're going to have a
But
barn now.
bringing
Wasn't-
Souček on
Wasn't
meant that
Paqueta
we
on
would
the
not
card as well?
been able to pick ourselves up for the rest of the game. If you had Paqueta on, you'd be able to possibly bring
Paqueta
yourself
was
up
not
again.
on a card.
Yeah, but I don't understand that, right? Because he comes on, you got a man who can't really pass the ball, right? So all you're really doing is bringing him on to defend, basically.
Yeah.
So
Bless
why?
him.
And
So
get
why
in
do
the
you?
box if we get a corner.
Yeah, well, I don't know about that. I'll say a 5. What are you saying, Lucas?
5
Louis
for
M.
me.
Hay,
and
shut up.
5 for me because actually he did a good job of doing nothing. Which when Thomas Souček does do nothing, that's almost when he's at his best. When he's a ghost.
Yeah, I agree.
And I think he's like first
in a
touch the
good
ball.
way.
We smashed it out for throwing. And there's that simple
Yeah.
pass on.
West Ham Online, Souček.
5.
And Mitch, you saying a 5 and all, yeah?
No, I'm saying not applicable.
Right, there's no point rating Flynn Downs. So because he was only on the pitch for about
10 because he's West
about 10,
Ham.
Yeah.
about 10 seconds.
Actually, I'll give Flint Downs not
I
applicable.
know.
Fair enough,
No.
mate. We'll move on to this
You
man.
cheeky
Right, let's
son.
talk about the ref. Right, how the fuck did Joe Linton not get sent off?
I don't know. Right.
Someone explain to me, please.
Someone
Yeah.
explain to me, please.
Well,
Right.
I'll tell you how. Because
Echo.
Joe Linton didn't get sent off because what was it that he originally got the card for? Can someone remind me?
Diving.
Diving.
A really
Diving.
bad one as well.
It's fucking terrible.
Yeah. I remember now. But here's what I'm saying. He didn't get sent off because the bad challenge he made was before the dive, and he didn't get a card then.
He should have got booked then.
Yeah,
100%.
but He wouldn't have dived.
He
if
committed
got
4
card.
fouls, by the way. 4.
Yeah. And 2 of them was after the booking.
I do think it could have been a red, but it was 50-50, I'd say.
He should have 100% been booked, mate. Like the second offence, I can't remember what one it was, but if someone could tell me in the chat, he took someone out. Literally took him out. And I'm thinking he's already been booked. Like, why is he not being booked? The first goal, it's blatantly fucking out, and it goes to VAR, and that's just like scrambles.
It was a tough one. I think you've got more on the line of that.
Yeah, maybe. Mitch, what are you saying for the ref?
What are you saying?
I'm going to give him fuck me. I'll give him a 4. That's being kind.
I'll give him a 6.
Well, how can you give him a 6 when he fouled Paqueta? You said
The ref didn't foul Paqueta.
Yeah, but the ref's standing right in front of him, and it should be a foul, shouldn't it? Like, there's no way that ref should.
Mitch gives the refs too much leeway.
Yeah, but I'm not knocking him down like 5 points because of that.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
There you go.
Well, fair enough. Everyone says a 6. Lucas, what you saying? Fire it out.
3.
Oh, fuck off.
I knew Lucas would be with me.
Come on.
100%. Lucas.
No,
I don't know.
bollock.
You're
talking
When
bollocks.
I go on
You're
the
talking
ref, it's everyone. It's the ref, the linos,
I've-
everyone. And if you pay attention, you know my
Hey,
standard
be
is
quiet.
4. My standard is 4.
Yeah.
So 3.
Right, West Ham Online. Come on. What you
I
rating
think it could have been a red card for Joe Linton, but
Should have been.
I do reiterate what I said. I don't think he does the dive if he gets the original card. So Debate that all you want. Apart from the Joe Linton incidents, I thought he had a really...
And he missed the Anthony Gordon foul on Bowen at the end of the match.
No. He got one foul wrong in the game.
Come on, Luke. It's a free. It's very silly.
Mitch,
very
you love
silly.
officials. You love them.
For a referee in a high-intensity Premier League game, I thought he had a decent game.
Free.
Six for me, for the ref.
What?
You said?
Lucas. Disgrace.
Mate,
Right.
they're all criminals.
They are. But let's get to this man. That is David Moyes. This is going to be interesting. Well, West Ham Online. I told you on Twitter, and I'll say it. Right, I got 70 people in the chat. And before I say this, please do smash a like on the video. Get us out there, mate, because I want to get us all out there.
And hit the notification bell.
I'm going to send you a canvas print of Super David Moyes. Right, that big fucking blow up. I've got it all rigged up. All I need is your location, bro. Because I'm sending it first class in the post, 100%.
Brilliant.
Talk to me about David Moyes. Go on.
He's doing it, man. Mr. Moyes is doing it.
Oh, not this shit.
Fucking leave it out.
One game.
It was doing this with Arteta earlier today.
Mr. Moyes is winning the Conference League this season for me. He's turning it around at West Ham United. Whether you keep him on at the end of the season is, I don't know if I would. If Will Steele came up and he continues how he's playing, I might take Will Steele. But
he hasn't turned it around yet. It's 2 Premier League games. He's getting better. He hasn't turned it around.
He's doing it, man. I can see it.
He won't go down except into Masaurus rabbit hole. I love Masaurus and with no clothes on.
James, what's the currency?
Can he let him land for fuck's sake? Because he loves Mr. Moyes. Right, go ahead, West Ham Online.
Right, it hasn't been 2 games because the Brentford game. Ever since we changed to a back 5, right? Even the one we lost 2-0 to Brentford, we've played well. I feel like we've been the better team, if not on par, in every single game, including the FA Cup. Mr. Moyes is doing it, man. This is the guy to keep us in the Premier League. Yes.
He's the man to keep us in the Premier League. We should be competing for fucking top 6, not trying to compete to stay in the league.
Yeah, I know.
Carry on.
Don't like him. I know I'm going to get slandered in the comments. I know it. But to keep us in the league now, there was no point sacking him. I was wrong to say he should have been sacked. The only reason I went was because a ridiculous fan base at times.
Alfie, who stayed by his side?
Was giving him unfair stick. Mr. Moyes is doing it, man. He's doing it.
Mate, I can't believe what I'm hearing. He's like, what, one game? One game. And you are known in the trade as a flip-flop, West Ham Online. That is it. Simple as that.
No, I've always been insistent on the fact that I love Mr. Moyes. I did think his time was over, but for me now, he stays till the end of the season, and then we can sack him.
I disagree.
That was so sinister the way you said that.
Yeah. Right. I've got to say this, I've got to say this. I don't know about you lads. The last few games, West Ham have been okay. Right, okay, defensively. But going forward, we've not been all that. Mm-hmm. We played the Everton side that were poor. Let's be real. We played a Derby County team that was poor. Right?
Well, did you think we were poor going forward?
We've been still shit. Yeah.
No. I've got to argue this. Mitch, you thought we were poor going forward yesterday?
Yeah.
And would you cast? I cast going forward as making chances.
Right.
How many shots on goal did we have apart from Paqueta's goal?
We got no. It's not about shots on goal. Watch the game and then watch other teams play against Newcastle. Mr. Moyes got it tactically brilliant. Mr. Moyes.
Have to remember, give him a right shot yesterday.
Yeah, but
hold
going forward, the players were the one messing it up. The actual system, we were getting numerical advantages going forward everywhere. The system going forward yesterday was brilliant. Moyes got it spot on.
Yes, I completely agree. We're not talking about that. I'm talking about us going forward, not as a system. If the system was good, I'm talking about the players.
Well, it's the players' fault then, yeah.
Yeah, but the problem is with that West Ham Online.
We were still shit going forward. That's my point.
Right.
We were
I've got to say this. Hold on. Right. I know what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. But when he's sort of taking off Paqueta and bringing on Souček and Fornals to try and see out a draw, that's not exactly proactive, in my opinion. That's like what we are doing is what I've heard on the spaces. Yeah. And I think Kane said it. George has said it. A few of the lads have said it on the spaces, yeah. And that's why I do love fucking doing the spaces on Twitter, because I speak to some decent people, yeah. And the fact of the matter is this, yeah. We are grinding out results. That's what it is. All we're doing is grinding out results and performances. Do you know what I'm saying? It's a brilliant draw, right? And I will take that. But he hasn't turned the corner yet for me. Not fucking yet. Not by a long way. Because if we go and lose the next two, we're still in the same position as what we are now. And we could be like going backwards. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, we need to get out of this position at the minute. Like, I think it's very easy to celebrate a draw, but we've got Chelsea next, Spurs, then we've got Forest. Now, let's not get carried away a little bit. Do you know what I'm saying? Mitch, what are you saying about Moyes?
I'm saying yesterday he done a good job. Set up perfectly, in my opinion. I think the midfielders, Paqueta and Rice, could have done a bit more going forward in terms of offering the wingers support. And Tono, to be honest. Yeah. So I think if you're going to play a 5-back system, one of the midfielders needs to commit on the attack. Or offer himself in the edge of the area or something. He didn't really do that. But defensively, we set up quite well. I don't agree with Paqueta coming off. It wasn't, again, the midfield battle wasn't lost. We were better. Rice and Paqueta were outperforming Joe Linton and Sean Longstaff, in my opinion, in that midfield. Yeah. And Willock. It wasn't really, we weren't losing it, so we didn't really have to bring on Souček. So I don't really understand one personally. I understand towards later in the game, maybe not last 5 minutes if we're really under the cosh, but there's still enough time in the game for us to turn it around. I'd rather us go for the 3 points and possibly risk losing the game if there's a chance for it to be won, than just set up a draw, because obviously you only get 1 point. But we did set up well. So I'll give him a high 7.
I'll rate him. And then I'll get to Lucas, and then we have a discussion about it. I agree with you. The starting lineup was good. I totally agree. I think the starting lineup, he's gone for it. I personally don't like this system. I really don't. I just think it sets West Ham up. No, I just don't like it. It sets us up to defend all the time. That's what it is.
But James, it's the best setup we've got at the moment.
It's the best setup we've got at the moment. But the way I look at it is, he's grinding out. He's trying to grind out.
But this is
result.
This is a situation we find ourselves in.
Yeah, but the problem is, and Tay said this. Yeah, he said he's trying to adapt a system that he's never done in his management career in 6-7 months. It's going to take years for West Ham to get to this. Like Brighton didn't become.
Well, it's working at the minute.
Well, I wouldn't say it's working. I would say we're doing okay now. Let's see what we're like in the next 6 games. Like,
we will see. That's how it is.
In the next 6 games, then you can say, is it working, or have we just been on a little bit of a good run? Do you know what I'm saying? Because let's be honest, we drew at Leeds. We could have lost that game, but we got the draw. Yeah, we beat Brentford in the cup against their second string. We beat a poor Everton side. We beat Derby County, who are League One, and then we beat. We didn't beat Newcastle. We drew with Newcastle.
A very good draw.
Yeah, it was a very good draw, but it takes a world class fucking like one-on-one defending display from.
We've got Aguerd fit now. Cornet is coming back, and Cornet will go in for either the wingers. Mate, that Cornet is the one. It could really kick on. I hope.
I'll give him. I just want to shout this out. I'll give him a 7. Lucas, what are you saying?
I'll give him a 7 as well. Sorry. No, actually, I'll give him an 8.
I knew you would.
I can't give him an 8 because we didn't win, but a high 7 for me. Lineup was good. I didn't like the substitutions, but they worked. Fair play to him for that. He's got to continue with the system. Sadly, I know that's not what we want to see, but at the moment where we find ourselves, we've got to graft. We've got to grind out points. So until we are a good amount of points away from the drop zone, we're just gonna have to keep grinding out the way we are. But he didn't get. I don't think he got anything wrong really, besides my nitpick of starting Benrahma over Fornals, because I would have thought Benrahma would be better later in the match than starting. But high 7 for me. Can't give him an 8 because we didn't win, but high 7.
Right, let's talk about the future with Moyes now. We've done the ratings for yesterday. We had a good draw. Yeah, it's hard fought draw, but we got a draw in the end at Newcastle, who are pretty decent side, right? What are you expecting now moving forward with regards to this team? Because for
The
me,
team will stay up.
I wouldn't get too carried away just yet. Like I'm not getting too carried away about that.
For me on Saturday against a Chelsea side that has shown this season they are not up for it.
Yeah,
they're not going to be contending for Champions League. Not top 6 either. But they still have a pretty decent side. That will tell me where we're at. Because they are bang in the middle of the road, bang in the middle of the table in terms of form and quality.
What you're saying is, right, and you bring up a valid point, right, and that's why I'm going to sort of go on to that.
And
to
it's
round this
Graham
up.
Potter who always fucks us.
Right.
True.
Now, Chelsea ain't playing well at the minute, and we're on a good run of form.
Yeah.
So what is it that you're expecting against Chelsea then?
A point.
Minimum point for me.
Right,
If
minimum
we
point.
lose, I won't be that upset.
Yeah, but
I would.
Alfie, how can you say you won't be upset, but then it's minimum you want to
I
point?
get what he's saying because Chelsea still, even though they're not performing, they do have very good players. But because of the form they're on, me personally, and like Mitch and you said, I would be disappointed if we lost. We should be going for a point.
Yeah, but I'm not going to sit there crying about it personally.
They offer no threat on the right, which is where we're weak defensively. They offer more threat on the left, which is where we are better defensively. I don't see how they're going to be able to outplay us in terms of creating loads of chances. I don't see it happening. If 2000 is a good game, which has been a minute, then I see us defending really solidly and well. And I think we could nick a goal against them. So
The problem is Chelsea. Look, they've just bought loads of new players. It's going to take a while for them to settle in.
Yeah.
But
Joe Felix is fit, isn't he?
They're going to get better every match, in my opinion. And I don't care if it's only been a game. They're now going to have an attack of Mudryk, who I think is sensational. I don't care how he played against Fulham. Felix, and in my opinion, I'd start Raheem Sterling. For me, form or not, that's a sensational attack. And if they beat us, they should beat us. Let's call a spade a spade. I hope
agree.
we get a point, but they should beat us.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
Right, with the momentum we've got and how they've been playing, that we should be getting a point at home.
Yeah, and I don't want. Say if we do get a point, I don't want people to be like over the moon because I think that's what we should expect.
I think what it is what is happening at the minute is we're grinding these results out. Yeah. One thing I will say is I'll give him his due, boys. Is he is trying to grind. He's trying to play. Fucking hell, like tough football, basically.
Yeah.
Like we're not pretty on the eye. Let's be real. Like our attackers are not really flowing at the minute.
Some panache Brexit ball.
Yeah.
Get Cornet back in the team. I'm telling you.
We're obsessed with him at the moment.
Oh my god,
mate. The thing is.
Oh, not again, mate.
Go on, mate.
What?
Go on.
The P99. Sorry, my bad. He just has that bit of boshness on the wing. He's a player that can just go down the wing or go inverted and smash it or cross it in with a bit of whip.
Yeah.
That's all I want. None of our players can do that.
See, Mitch, I just want to say this quickly, because this comment has come up from Just George, If teams keep winning, we can't be happy with draws. And I do agree on that.
Yeah, I get that.
But I understand that. And with the teams around us seeming to improve, isn't good. I've got a job, mate. But Southampton, even though they've improved, they look like they're going down. I think the nailed ones go down. Everton could be on the up. I agree. There are teams around us improving.
Right.
Forest look like they're improving as well, which is a problem. But this is a tough period. If we can just grind through this tough period and slowly improve.
Right.
And I think with the fixture list we've got after Chelsea and Spurs, I think we should be looking comfortable, hopefully.
Yeah. What about you, WestHamOnline? About the fixture list?
After Corner comes back.
I think
Nice full time, you can't.
I think no matter what happens in the games coming up, we shouldn't focus on other teams. If we do well enough in our games, we will stay up, and I think we will. I think we found a system in which we look like we can at least get a draw out of every game at the moment, and I think Mr. Moyes gave us the perfect platform to build on yesterday away at Newcastle. It's up to the players to perfect his game plan at the end of the day, and if they can't do that, that's not on Mr. Moyes. But I think that we will be able to do it personally. I expect us to. I wouldn't be that surprised.
Yeah.
If we really came not far off 10th still.
Don't know about that, mate. Don't know about that. I don't know.
The thing is, Alf, you've got to remember, Bowen and Benrahma have really struggled this season. I can't see them just becoming great wingers again and being able to take their man on, score loads of goals, being able to take their man on the left. But so where the goals going to come from? They're not going to come from anywhere if they're not firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, so but let's get
we'll
real
be still
here.
grinding out draws, and it will be tough.
Yeah, but let's get fucking real here. We are relying on Skamaka, who's his first season in the Prem. Danny Ings has come back, but his fitness levels are a bit iffy, to say the least. Like, he come on
we've got another week.
Yeah, we've got another week. Yeah, but
James, I've got one thing to debunk all of that.
Go ahead.
He's doing it, man. Mr. Moyes is doing it.
For fuck's sake.
James,
I'm just sticking Antonio on the left next Saturday, and then for Benrahma, and then stick
not the hammer of the year.
Ings up top.
Oh, mate, listen, I want West Ham to win fucking games and get out of this shit. Like,
James,
it's okay.
Do what I said, because I think that's the best
I'll do
way.
whatever. Listen, whatever happens, right, and we can win a game, I'm up for it. Yeah, I want to see West Ham win games. Yeah, I think the Chelsea game is the perfect game right now for West Ham.
Perfect test.
Yeah, it's the perfect test, the perfect team to play, right? And do you know what? It's a London derby against a rival, a big rival, because West Ham, Chelsea. And also, let's go back to what happened at the fucking bridge when we got mugged at the bridge in the last minute, and you boys were there, right?
Yeah.
So
started crying.
Alfie, actually, if you watch back the celebrations, Alfie's like that, looking about, like going like that. And I'm
there
listen, I did not even celebrate the second goal.
Well, whatever happens, yeah. So we've got to take all that into account. I do agree what George is saying. Right, if teams keep winning and we keep drawing, then it's not good. But we do need to get through this run of games. Like,
yeah.
Sorry, I had a question. I want to hear what the fans have to say in the stadium. Obviously, you went to Newcastle yesterday. Mm-hmm. Did the fans seem upbeat or not?
It seemed pretty dead, to be honest. I'd say.
What was people saying?
Shit.
Yeah.
I was only speaking to people I was with. I didn't really speak to anyone else. But the people I was with said we're playing, in the second half, pretty shit in terms of us going forward. I mean, I'm my own person, so I analyse it the way I do. Yeah. But
did you have a good view of the pitch though? Like, was you all able to?
Newcastle way is the best, I'd say. For seeing the pitch, it's the best.
Whereabouts did you sit?
I'll tell you exactly where I sit.
Oh, right. Lovely. Lucas, anything you want to add?
L7K.
Oh, right. No.
Anything else you want to add, Lucas?
I'm good. I'm good.
You good, mate? Yeah. For me, next week's is a huge. These next two games are huge. Chelsea and Spurs for me are big games for any West Ham fan, right, wherever you are. All right. I think Saturday's game is a must not lose.
I
think, really is.
I think I would have taken 2 points easily if you told me there's 3 matches. 2 points out of 3.
Yeah,
it's good for me.
Yeah. So I am sort of. I'm not on the David Moyes bandwagon just yet. Get past Chelsea, get past Spurs, and beat Forest because we have to beat Forest. And then my
Chelsea
attitude
game could be a classic. Hold on, lights.
Declan Rice is playing golf at the moment.
Thank you. Thank you.
And Thomas has just said, Alfie, emotional damage. So for Thomas in the chat, listen, you need to calm down, and you're getting
emotional damage.
That's what you're getting, Alfie, 100%.
Thomas.
What else are you saying, Alfie? Anything else you want to add, Alfie, before we go?
I'd just like to say thank you to everyone for tuning in. Please subscribe to Each One His Own TV. And if you want to buy any merch, just let us know because we're thinking of bringing out like a Mr. Moyes t-shirt with a picture of Mr. Moyes.
Thank you.
And you know what I mean, man.
Donations. Thank you for all the kind donations.
You will never bring out a David Moyes fucking canvas on
And
this
a
channel,
Mitchell
bro.
replica dildo as well.
Well, fair enough, mate. Whatever floats your boat. Right, let's wrap
Comes in
this up.
one size small.
I mean, that's what I say to his comment. Everyone gets this comment, yeah, because Adam, I like Adam. He's been on the channel before. I would like to say we needed about 40 points overall to stand in the league, James. What about you, James? 40 points, lads. Final question of the evening. Is that enough to get?
No.
We'll need less, probably.
More.
No, it'll be less. It'll be less.
If how tight it is,
It'll be less.
tight.
it's hard to call. It's hard to call. And
Easy to
teams
call.
improving. I think we need more than that.
So
Easy
how
to
many?
call. It'll
I'm
be
going
how
less.
many-
42. So I'm
No,
Right, so-
not a chance. Where are people getting these numbers from?
Right. So how
I'd
many
say
points do
45.
you?
I want us to have 45 for me to feel safe.
Right.
What?
45. Fucking hell, you're dreaming, mate. Right. Right.
We won't get it. We won't get it.
Right. We're on 19 points right now.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm
To
not
wrap this-
saying. I'm not saying we're gonna get it. I'm saying I know we won't
Right.
get it.
Right.
I'm
Hold
saying
on.
for me to feel
It will be
safe.
about
Yeah.
36, 35, 36.
Yeah, I reckon about 38 myself. But right, I'm just going to read these out, and then I just want you to give me a number. Right, we've got 5 wins, 4 draws, and 12 defeats. 12.
Consistent.
Yeah, consistently shit we've been this season. Right. So how many wins do we need to stay in this league?
Probably about 10.
20.
So
10 or 9 probably keeps you up.
we need another 4 wins.
And a few draws.
4 wins. Yeah. If we can do that, then I'll be over the moon. But do you know what I mean? It's just it's the scoring at the minute. What do you reckon, Mitch? How many wins do we need to stay in this league?
Stay in the league. I think we need 10. I'd say. I agree with Alfie. I think we need 10. 10
Yeah.
wins. 5 wins. So you're saying
I think
We-
they
that-
mean 5 more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
5 more.
yeah, I know. But I'm saying 5 more. So you think that finishing with 29 points and maybe a couple draws is good enough?
You probably
No,
will.
that's what I got.
Mitch, how can we end up with 29 points if we're on 19 now and we get 5 wins, bruv?
My bad. Alright. Sorry, my
Mate,
bad.
I'm
And
part
the
of your
calculation
fucking
was wrong. Sorry, fucking hell.
fucking hell. Right. So it's
Sorry.
5 wins. Lucas, how many more wins do we need to stay in this fucking
I
league?
agree. Around 10.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I think 10 wins, 30 points. Trini just says it in there brilliantly. 10 equals 30 points. That's what we're going to need. I think if we could just get if we can get to 36, 39 in that bracket, I think we'll be fine. I really do. The sooner we get there, the better. But obviously,
Actually,
game-
I'm the best. I'm the king of maths. I'm very disappointed in myself there, but I'm the king of maths. Anyone
King
that
of
school with me will
maths,
say
yeah.
they're the most
Don't know about
King of the
intelligent.
chats.
Right.
That's about it.
money's to come in there.
Geezer.
Look, the man with the money, Mitchell, go back to school, lad. You can't count. Mitch can't count. You know what I mean?
Ebenezer.
Yeah, well, it is what it is. Right, I'm going to wrap that up there. From Mitch's bad maths to West Ham's getting a good point away from home. 1
And
point,
I'm
1 point,
gonna
not
say it
2.
again. Thank you again for the donations from the beautiful people.
Yeah, thank you very much to everyone who's
Whether it's a pound, the dollar, the Swedish krona,
They all equal the same for Mitch, who can't count.
and the Aussie dollar.
Yeah, listen, right, it's okay. We will make mistakes. Yeah, please do smash a like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel. It goes a long way. It really helps us out on this channel. And if anyone wants to donate a calculator, they're always welcome. 100%. Calculators are welcome on E20 Zone TV. Listen, I'm going to leave it at that. Have a good Sunday evening and beginning part of next week. Right, before I go, I've got some interesting things that come up on the channel. First thing, I'm going to be doing a preview with a couple of lads who do Twitter Spaces, big Twitter Spaces for Chelsea. So an opposition preview will be coming out towards the middle back end of next week. So do check that on here. And
His name is Rory Jennings.
you know, yeah, well, you know, big up Rory. Do you know what I mean? And Black Country Hammer says, "Get your pistol out, son."
He's probably counted the bullets wrong.
It's probably got no bullets in it, but it is what it is. Anyway, I will let you go, and I will catch up with you soon.
Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell.
Yeah, like and subscribe, man.
I'll just fucking do this show. Pop right in the nut. All right.
Get us to 1,400 subscribers? We're 7 away, so please do subscribe to the channel. Goes a long way. Anyway, take care. All the best. West Ham get a point in Newcastle. Bring on Chelsea. Peace.
There it is. I've never found a love like this.